Hi, everyone. Hello and welcome. It is Tuesday morning, and thus it is time to watch this Nintendo Direct. I guess this will be like the weird coda, the weird end to the Summer Game Fest time frame, starting with that Sony State of Play thing, and then getting into the meat of the announcements. And now here we are with this thing. We're not watching it quite live. It's we're a couple hours here, but I needed to watch it for the podcast anyway, and I managed to avoid spoilers. So I don't really know what's going on here. I don't really know what they're gonna show. Focus this camera. And then and then we'll do the podcast after that. If you're watching live, that is, we'll kind of roll from one into the other. They said this was about 40 minutes of announcements. The video is an hour 14. I assume that means that there's some other stuff or some and by that I mean like a bunch of red screen and whatever else. So let's hit that. Hello. And here we are, and here I am, and I don't know, let's watch this thing. I don't know, this is supposed to be in a lot of ways they say they're focusing on games that are coming out for the second half of this year, which is, we're in the second half of this year pretty much, just about. And this is presumably, unless something weird happens with what they're going to announce, or when they do finally start talking about new hardware, this is their last holiday season. They're kind of rolling into the last holiday season for the Switch. Presumably by the time we get back around to Christmas all over again, there will be a new platform on shelves. So, not to say that there won't be any more Switch games after that, but this is kind of like the last blast of like, here's the stuff. And so there's potential here for this video to be a big deal, I guess I would say, in that context. But if history has taught us anything, these videos are never a big deal. Let's watch. How long do I need to skip ahead a bunch here? Is it okay? Yeah, there's a bunch of countdown on the front of it. That's the... All right, okay. We're skipping to 6 minutes in. We're skipping to 10 minutes in. 18 minutes. The 26-minute mark, still nothing. Okay. We're here at the 28-minute mark. This is an annoying experience. This is going back and watching their archive with all of their pre-show roll on it, with 0 music and 0 countdown and 0 anything. Oh, okay. YouTube chat syncs up with where I'm at in the video, so the YouTube chat says 1 minute left. So I must be pretty close to where this thing will actually start. And we'll see what this thing's all about. But like what? There's... like, if they're going to put Metroid Prime 4 out on this generation of hardware, then they kind of have to show it here, don't they? I mean, they're kind of running out of time to do that. So if ever there was going to be a time for them to actually show it, this seems like it would be the thing, the time. So I don't know. even if it's a launch game for the next thing, they should start talking about it, you know?
Luigi?
Okay. It's Mario. It's Luigi. It's Luigi running from bees. Are they making an Animal Crossing game with...
Luigi!
is set in the Mushroom Kingdom? This is a nice art style for them, and this... okay, yeah, new Mario and Luigi. Sure. Sure. Suck it, Luigi. That's kind of cool. But this, it just said Mario and Luigi. Like this is that because they don't have a subtitle for it and it is a new game, or is this just actually a remake? I can't even tell anymore, dude. Like they're so good at just remaking games over and over again these days. But yeah, this appears to be a new thing. What are they? Okay. Oh. Brothership.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. That was the first new entry in the Mario and Luigi series in almost 9 years. Mario and Luigi Brothership. Please look forward to a seafaring adventure that unfolds across mysterious islands.
It's because it's got boats. It's Brothership.
And Luigi. Okay,
this is islands.
Let's see the first batch of headlines.
Oh my god.
Bring the championships home or on the go.
Oh, this is that thing, the world.
The thrill of the Nintendo World Championships is heading to the Nintendo Switch system. Take on over 150 speedrunning challenges from across.
This just looks like NES remix.
From lightning fast beats to action-packed battles.
Which I don't know. This looks. I guess I'd say this looks better than
with each challenge and
NES remix. But NES remix, I remember. You know, and I went back and played it relatively recently. Is such a disappointing thing.
Legend challenges.
You're like, oh, it'd be cool to, you know, like it felt so
one go using warp pipes.
Stilted and stunted, and just like getting in and out of each challenge took forever. Not that it needs to be WarioWare, though more games would benefit from being WarioWare.
Players will be eliminated. You've only got one shot to survive. Will you be
do not miss your chance to blow.
Nintendo World Championships NES Edition launches on Nintendo Switch July 18th. Pre-orders for the digital version are available now on Nintendo eShop.
That's got potential, but like I said, the NES remix pacing and stuff really sucks. It sucks all the tension out of those games, and this doesn't look entirely unlike that.
Relive the climactic Alvarez Empire arc from the hit anime Fairy Tail in this action RPG.
Finally, an opportunity to relive
set in the vast kingdom of
my
Fiore,
favorite arc.
Team Natsu prepares to finish their fight. Engage in real-time battles and unleash powerful attacks that fuse different kinds of magic based on who's in your party. Work together with your teammates to take down powerful enemies. Fairy Tale 2 launches on Nintendo
Level up your
Switch
happiness,
this
says
winter.
Koei Tecmo.
Embark on a multi-dimensional journey.
I will not.
From Final Fantasy series creator Hironobu Sakaguchi and composer Nobuo Uematsu comes the turn-based
I was gonna say, yeah, this is that
RPG
thing, the,
Fantasian. The world is slowly being robbed of its civilization.
This was
To
the
restore
Apple
his
Arcade
memories,
game that they made,
Leo
right?
must confront an evil entity threatening all mankind.
I heard this game was okay, but no one
Skills are the
played
ticket to
it because
winning
it was on
battles.
Apple Arcade,
Adjust
or
the
like I don't
skills
know what I
trajectory
knew.
to
I
target
felt
multiple
it
enemies at
felt
once.
very difficult to get very
can
many
also send
impressions
enemies
as
you've
to like, hey,
encountered
did this
to a
game turn
separate
out to be all
dimension
right or
and
not?
fight them later.
But I heard it was all right.
The more enemies there are, the more you can wipe out in one shot.
Do not miss your chance to blow.
Now, let us save the world together.
And this took a very long time to come to other
Fantasia
platforms, I guess.
Neo
You know, that's
Dimension launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
kind of a long time.
Another sport is coming to Spoko Square.
I just put my copy of this back in its box and put it away because
Basketball is being added as a free update
it was the
to
last
Nintendo
physical
Switch
cartridge
sports game.
that Nintendo sent me.
Pass.
Normally they just send codes and stuff
And shoot.
when they send stuff.
In 2-on-2 matches using motion controls.
And I wanted to go back and play some Mario Maker 2, and I
Try
pulled that out and went like, oh,
three-point
right,
challenge
this
solo
thing.
and score
Gosh.
as many baskets as you
Yikes.
can within the time limit. Up to 4 players can also compete in 5-streak battle. Besides local play, you can team up with players worldwide in 2-on-2 online matches. This free update for Nintendo Switch Sports dunks its way onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
Doc and Jammer on my team. That Switch Sports did nothing for me, man. I really don't like the feel of the Joy-Cons as motion controllers. I don't, you know, they're okay, but they never work as well as you want them to. They're not Wiimotes. They're certainly not Wiimote Pluses. You know, they won't do it because they want to maintain backwards compatibility, or presumably they do, but I feel like that would be a positive thing for them to do for their next hardware, is to just be like, yeah, this era of the detachable fucking controller and all this other stuff, like, we're done, man.
It's an array of cartoon classics.
Finally, some cartoons. Not since the CDI, but I've been able to watch cartoons
for
on.
Disney Illusion Island. Monoth's greatest detective is solving a mystery, and only Mickey and friends can help. In the brand new adventure, Mystery and Monoth.
This game
Uncover
was
hints
all
and
right,
evidence
man.
scattered throughout
You know,
the world.
it's
Then use the dashboard to crack each case. What big
not very
secret
combat
lies at the
heavy
end?
as for
Start
what they're
sleuthing,
what they're
because
going
this
for.
free update launches on Nintendo
That's
Switch
cool.
later today.
Nice. But that's a neat game. It looks nice.
Island
It feels good.
adventures
It's like
await.
it's a breezy thing for sure. But
Customize your character. Then befriend Hello Kitty, Karomi,
Then
and other familiar
befriend
faces
Hello
in this
Kitty.
open world adventure. Team up with your new pals to solve mysteries and restore Friendship Island when Hello Kitty Island Adventure launches as a timed console exclusive on the Nintendo Switch system next year.
is Cinema Roll in there? Like, what, you know, what are we talking about here? Come on.
Play as Bugs Bunny,
From your
Daffy
friends at the
Duck,
Game
Porky
Mill.
Pig, and more across 4 arcade-style sports. Unleash the full power of Acme across iconic levels in up to 4-player local
The full
co-op.
power of Acme is a funny
But
concept.
Watch out for falling anvils. Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports crashes onto Nintendo Switch this fall. That's
that-
all, folks.
Let's game on!
Emergency meeting. New crewmate and imposter roles are being added to Among Us. Alert others when eliminated as a noisemaker. Plant tracking devices on others as a tracker. Or turn invisible while taking out players as a phantom. Suss things out when this free update for Among
Suss
Us
things out. Now
sneaks onto
listen.
Nintendo
Okay,
Switch later
that's funny.
today.
Let me explain why. Let's back this up. See, Suss is a certain. All
A
right.
monster army
Sorry,
is at
we don't have
your
time.
command. This is Felicidad, a realm of monsters. Those who command and raise them are called Farmagia and play a vital role in the land's civilization.
Of course they are.
10 of Farmagia must rise up against the oppressive Magus to stop his vicious reign
Yes.
of the underworld.
Fuck these maggots. What?
Raise monsters and lead them into the fight against the Magus' army. Plant seeds, then cultivate, and harvest them to make your buddies come to life.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
They can then be trained
If the
for
food
battle.
turns into wolves, do we have to eat the wolves, or what? How do we feed the wolves if
Give
with every
commands to your
food I plant
monsters
just turns
and
into
exploit
animal?
enemy
Do
weaknesses
the
in
animals eat other
action-packed
animal, or
combat.
do we? How do I make corn for animal? It's a bumper crop of wolves
Merge
this
all of
year.
the battle buddies in your party to call forth a giant fusion summon and wreak havoc on your foes. Join the rebellion to stop the Magus in Farmagia, launching on Nintendo Switch November 1st.
Oh no. Got another
Donkey Kong
domestic
Country
situation
Returns,
over at
originally
Kong's
released
place.
on the Wii system, is barreling onto Nintendo Switch in HD. The villainous Tiki Tak tribe has hypnotized the local wildlife and stolen Donkey Kong's precious banana horde. Obstacles in the way? Just stomp them,
Just stomp
pound
them.
them, and roll on through. Each level is filled with hijinks, but they're no match
Those
for
look like
these top
bananas. That didn't
bananas.
look like hijinks. Those look that's just bananas.
From manic minecarts to high-flying rocket barrels.
So then, what
even
was
hitching
Donkey
a
Kong Country
ride on
Returns?
Rampy.
Was that a Wii?
There are plenty of transportation methods
game?
available.
Or is that a Wii game? Is that a
Pass
Wii?
Joy-Con
That's a Wii
controller
game.
to a buddy for 2-player local co-op.
Wii and 3DS. Okay.
80 appealing levels are in
I
store.
guess they can
including the
call this
additional
HD
levels from
then.
the
That's old
Nintendo
enough that
3DS version. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD swings onto the Nintendo Switch
I
system
say swings because
January
he's
16th.
swing.
One of Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong's jungle escapades returns in HD. Plenty of wild actions and antics are in store with these Kongs. Next, please take a look at this.
With these Kongs. I think they should, what if they made a Mario game? And they meant they make the Mario and Donkey Kong games, but what if they made a mainline Mario game and Donkey Kong was the bad guy again? Could we do that? Could we get back to Donkey Kong being Donkey Kong and get rid of this era of Donkey Kong's your buddy? Okay.
Journey with allies.
I got a very last minute invite from Square to come see a game, and all they would say is it's a HD 2D, blah, blah, blah. And wouldn't say what it was.
Memorable encounters.
And I was not able to attend, obviously, but presumably this is said game.
And formidable monsters await. An iconic RPG remade in HD 2D.
HD 2D.
Forge your own path. The legacy begins. Dragon Quest III.
Do I think that if this is a success, do you think Chrono Trigger HD 2D comes? Oh, I don't, you know, sure.
November 14th.
I don't. This will be, you know, like this isn't for the United States. You know, however well this does in the U.S., it'll probably do okay. But like, you know, I think we have to stand at attention when this song is played. Sorry, hang on. Also, I think that now the video is definitely getting hit for copyright claims because no one is more fucking weird / copyright weird about video game music than the dude what wrote the fucking Dragon Quest music.
いかがでしたか？ようやく発売日を発表できて僕も嬉しく思います。そして今日サプライズで発表したドローンクエスト1 & 2も HD2D で蘇ることが決定しました。
Okay.
時系列としては3が物語の始めるとなっており、3、1、2の順番でプレイしてもらうと、あっと驚く展開が。
That's weird. You're weird.
ロト3部作と
Doing it this way is weird. Go for it. I mean, sure, do it, man.
楽しんでもらえたら嬉しいです。どうも、堀井裕二でした。
Thank you, Mr. Hori. We hope you're excited to play the entire Erdrick trilogy, now in HD 2D. Let's continue with more headlines.
Let's have some fun.
It's about time someone put some fun in some Funko.
Say hello to Jaws? Wait, He-Man?
Wait.
Great Scott! Is that Marty McFly?
Wait.
The world of Funko is coming to life in this action-adventure mashup for the ages. Play with more than 60 characters as you explore locations based on over 20 iconic movies, TV shows, and more. Use
John Cena
special
in this or
skills
no?
and crafted gadgets to explore epic worlds, each with their own unique puzzles, hidden areas, and familiar foes. Dinosaurs from Jurassic World and Cylons from Battlestar Galactica.
I mean, we
They're
would say
certainly
familiar
not
worlds, but
toying
like
around.
ultimately the way that we have to make these things all look like Funkos kind of robs them of a little bit of their identity and makes them all look like total shit. But rest assured, that's a dinosaur from the Jurassic World franchise. It is not just a regular off-the-shelf dinosaur. Please do not be confused.
Ready for an adventure of ghoulish proportions?
This is not out yet?
Summon your courage and explore multiple mansions
I thought they did this already.
filled with goofy ghosts, tricky traps, and other supernatural shenanigans. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD launches on Nintendo Switch June 27th.
Just in time for
Pre-orders are available
Halloween.
now on Nintendo eShop. Meet the quirky little Dempa Man. Find him, catch him, and lead him on a joyful RPG
The quirked up
adventure.
Dempa Men.
Explore dungeons and battle monsters. Customize all sorts of outfits. Decorate your island however you'd like.
However I'd like?
And more.
All right.
Plus, up to 4 players in local co-op can team up to catch special
Yes,
Dempa
local
Men.
co-op. I'll get all
The new Dempa
the
Men is
switches
free to
together so we can
and
play some
launches
local
as a timed
co-op
exclusive on
Dempa
Nintendo
Men.
Switch, July 22nd.
First priority for...
Strategize away in this tower defense installment of the Metal Slug series.
Tower to...
Take control
so this
of
isn't
your
even
forces
tactics,
and
this is-
pulverize enemy strongholds. Choose from over 300 units with different abilities, and build out your decks to win tactical tussles. You can also slug it out with other players in online battles.
This seems like a neat
Metal
idea.
Slug
This
Attack
seems like something that
Reloaded storms onto the
probably
Nintendo
was
Switch
on a
system
phone at some
later
point,
today.
right?
Embark on an expedition of the damned in this eagerly awaited sequel to the gothic roguelike
This was the
RPG.
one press release
Board your stagecoach
subject
and
line
set
I
off
saw in
across
my
the
email.
decaying
I was like,
landscape
oh, okay,
to
all
prevent
right.
an apocalypse. Fight
Sure.
off nightmarish fiends in turn-based combat. And upgrade your abilities after each deadly run. Darkest Dungeon 2 launches on Nintendo Switch July 15th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. More classic titles are on the way.
Okay, let's see what they think of as classic. Okay, sure, yeah.
Play Link's classic 16-bit adventure and team up online to explore randomized dungeons in The Legend of Zelda.
This with
A Link
actual
to the Past
online
Four
is
Swords.
would be cool. That would be cool.
Experience the remake of Samus's first adventure in Metroid Zero Mission.
All right.
Plus, coming to the new Nintendo 64,
Mature
Nintendo
17
Switch
plus, you
Online
can
Mature
fuck these
17
games.
plus collection of games. Brave the dangerous lost land to stop the campaigners' nefarious schemes in Turok,
Yes!
Dinosaur Hunter.
Yes!
And
Turok won! Finally!
infiltrate a corporation to end their alien conspiracy in Perfect Dark, now with online multiplayer. All 4 games will be available for Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members later today. Set sail to save the day.
Whenever I think of
This
Perfect
is
Dark, I
Lorena,
remember how
a
I
young
played
woman with the ability to
the entire
communicate with
campaign in a
phantoms.
bar in Seattle at a Nintendo event
Join her on a journey
because
to
we were there
save
for
her
a long
friend
time and
Ash.
that game is not that long.
In this new installment in the Phantom Brave series. Take on tactical turn-based battles, where you'll combine the phantoms you've befriended with objects in various ways.
Oh, I'm going to combine some phantoms with some objects in various
Combine
ways.
phantoms
Don't you
with
worry
certain
about me,
objects to maneuver
Buster.
them.
These phantoms are going to rue the day that they
Combine with
crossed
a
paths
cannon
with
to
me
attack
due
a
to the
large
various
area.
items I'm going to be imbuing them with.
A fan to blow enemies around. Or combine with Morona herself for show-stopping abilities that can turn the tide of battle.
Oh, I'm going to combine with Morona herself.
Phantom
Don't you
Brave,
worry.
The Lost Hero launches on Nintendo Switch next year. This one's gonna take you for a ride.
Oh? Huh.
7 arcade games
Oh.
featuring Marvel and Capcom characters are fighting their way onto Nintendo Switch as one collection. Clash in X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Duke it out in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes. Take down the Kingpin in the beat-em-up
Oh,
side
so it's
scroller
not-
The Punisher,
oh.
and more.
So, Marvel, MVC
Hit up
1.
training mode to polish your fighting skills and combos. Select online mode to challenge rivals around the world. Or play co-op in The Punisher.
Or play co-op in The
You can
Punisher.
also cross over to the museum to view artwork or listen to music from each game.
I appreciate
Marvel vs.
them
Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics
doing the
launches
thing
on
there.
Nintendo Switch
It's like, or you
this
listen to the
year.
music, including this music, the only music you would ever want to listen to. In all of music, not just in this collection. Oh, cool.
The latest game in the Mario Party series takes place on an enormous island resort. Get ready to jump into the biggest selection
Sick.
of Mario Party minigames yet in
Oh, yeah.
Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Awesome.
First, let's see some of the new boards where you'll compete to collect the most stars.
Yeah, man. Show me the new boards.
Take the escalator.
What? It's a mall? That's fucking crazy.
Rainbow Galleria. Use in-game coins to get a star at half price when they're on flash sale. But act fast. Ride around and stay on track.
Mario's in
Golden
cars?
Raceway.
That's stupid.
With the
That would
new
never
Turbo
work.
Dice
What?
item,
What?
You can move up to 40 spaces with a
Mario
lucky
no
roll.
drive.
Here on Goomba Lagoon, the ebb and flow of the tide can change your path. And things really get mixed up when the volcano blows its top. Along with 5 new game boards, 2 boards from previous Mario Party games make their return.
Oh, sick. Western Land. Everyone's
Some
favorite.
games are action-packed challenges, speed trials, a battle of wits, and more.
Disgusting.
And some are controlled by gently shaking or tilting your Joy-Con
Ooh,
controllers.
fun.
With over 110 mini-games, there's a wide variety to enjoy. Also, up to 20 players can go head-to-head online in the Coupathlon mode. Compete against your rivals and aim for first place.
Do you know a
Try
bunch
your
of people
best to
who
come out on
really
top.
hate themselves? Get all your friends together.
Wait, there are even more new modes? The biggest Mario Party yet will soon be underway when the Super Mario Party Jamboree game launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 17th.
Disgusting. You know, like,
That was the latest installment in the
There ought to
Mario
be a
Party
law.
series, Super Mario Party Jamboree, with new boards, mini-games, 20-player online gameplay, and more. Get ready for the biggest Mario Party in series history. And now, please take a look at this.
this guy. They gonna make one of these where you play as Zelda finally? Is that what? Like, yeah, we put out our Princess Peach game, and so let's do. EW. EU.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. What you just saw was the latest installment, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. This time around, Link has vanished. Now it's up to Princess Zelda to step into the protagonist role.
Cool.
You
Good.
might be thinking, will Zelda fight with a sword then? Here, we wanted to create a new gameplay style that breaks conventions seen in past Legend of Zelda games with a top-down perspective.
She wraps the enemies up as gifts and
To
delivers
explain
them
more,
to
please take a
hell.
look at this video.
Stolen away. Across the vast lands of Hyrule, strange rifts have appeared and have taken many people, including Link. Now alone, Zelda meets the fairy Tri, receives a mysterious staff called the Tri-Rod, and sets off on a journey across Hyrule to save her kingdom. By waving the Tri-Rod
I mean,
at a
you know.
table she found, Zelda learned how to create an imitation of it called an echo. Once you learn an echo of something, you can recreate it whenever you'd like. Even if there's
Weird.
a wall blocking your path, you can create echoes of tables to get a leg up. Just like that. You can create
Now dive
wooden
off that thing
boxes,
through the tables.
old beds, and unusual things like water blocks. How you use them separately or together is entirely up to you.
That's
Learn
fucking
and
neat.
create echoes of things you find while exploring Hyrule. You might be surprised at what you discover.
This looks fucking awesome.
Even battles will look different. You could pick up and throw a rock echo, for example. That's not all, though. You can also create echoes of monsters. After doing so, they'll fight by your side.
Give me a posse.
Monsters have different abilities, so choose the one you want to create based on the situation. Wisdom
Why
is
can't I
key
use my
after all.
tri-rod to make a sword? What if you could do that? Not that, you know, whatever, it doesn't need it, but like, but it feels contrived.
In a Hyrule without Link, the
All
fate
things
of
are
the
possible.
kingdom is
That
now
motherfucker's been
in
holding us back for
Zelda's
too long.
hands.
How was that? I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of the Echo ability, which channels Princess Zelda's wisdom. There are a lot of echoes in this game. To be honest, I haven't counted them all yet. How you
This
solve
looks
puzzles
great.
and battle
This looks
enemies will
this looks
change
really cool.
depending on the echoes used. In
Yeah, I
short,
mean, there's a certain
we've
aspect of it
created a game
of
where
them
each
just being
player's
like,
experience will be
oh,
different.
girls don't use swords, you know,
The
which
Legend of
is
Zelda,
not great. But
Echoes of Wisdom launches September 26th.
but
A Nintendo
all
Switch
of that
Lite
stuff
system
seems really
inspired
cool.
by the Legend of Zelda series will also be available at launch. We hope you're looking forward to playing as Zelda in this new adventure. Now, I'd like to return this moment I'd stolen away back to Mr. Takahashi.
Thank you, Mr. Aonuma. Please look forward to the newest entry in the Legend of Zelda series.
That looks great. That looks legitimately
see
great.
a few more
I'm
headlines.
very excited to see more of that. That seems like a really fun ability to mess around with.
And party on.
Ah, finally, man. When Ubisoft didn't have this, I felt fucking broken inside.
You don't want to waste my time. We taking over, flipping the square. You better watch out, boy. And this is how we live. You know I'm a fighter. My vibes take you higher. Head to toe, I'm
Finally, Green Day.
you just can't touch me now. Oh boy, we're not the ones to be messed with, 'cause we are on top of our game right now. We got the boss vibes.
These games must still be popular, right? I mean, it's just they've crossed over into that like quietly popular territory where, you know, like people play them and love them, and no one ever needs to talk about them because they're too busy playing them.
On the horizon.
I figured this would show up.
It's the world of Horizon in Lego form.
PlayStation Publishing
Join
LLC.
Machine Hunter
No, don't just say
Aloy on a quest
PlayStation
to
because that'll be
save the world
confusing.
from an ancient evil.
You need to write the full company
Journey
name
through lush
of our
landscapes.
publishing company, who we've also
Dive
named
deep into the
PlayStation.
cauldrons. Climb up onto tall necks and traverse other locations inspired by the original game. But be careful. Swarms of machines are lurking everywhere. Use an array
This
of
game looks
gadgets
fine.
like
It also
blast boots and gravity
it
bombs
seems
to hunt 'em
conceptually
down.
very strange in terms of
From the
like,
nimble watchers to mighty sawtooths.
who is this
You might even
for?
come
Like
across the
from a
fearsome Thunderjaw.
like
As you
the
progress,
people who know
you
what
can help
Horizon
Aloy rebuild her
is.
home.
Do they want, you know?
And
But
customize
on its
her
own,
appearance
I
with
think
lots
this
of
looks really
outfits.
cool. I don't know.
Oh, and you don't have to explore this vast wilderness alone. Team up with familiar faces.
But
in the
also, it
world
looks
of
like another
Horizon
Lego
in
game,
two-player
you know?
local or online
Like
co-op.
they're putting in some of the Horizon stuff for sure, in
Lego
terms of
Horizon
big robot
Adventures
dinosaurs
launches on
and
Nintendo
whatnot.
Switch
But
this holiday, a stray's journey begins.
ugh. This game was so disappointing. And I thought the ending was also just like just everything about it, man. Like the premise is so strong. And then everything they do with it, I think, is about like it's like they made the dullest choices imaginable for
B12 to find your way home.
for their story and what they wanted it to do here.
Carefully climb to the highest heights. Create new paths for yourself. And stealthily squeeze into tight spaces.
And then I
Think
thought
like
the
a
ending was
cat
really
to make
just
your way
terrible
through
too.
the city. Careful though. Not everyone is excited to have you slinking around, including hordes of hostile creatures ready to swarm. Keep exploring to venture into more areas of this unfamiliar world and make your way back to safety. Stray finds its way onto Nintendo Switch this holiday. Welcome home, Hobbit.
Oh, thanks. Wait, what?
If you've ever wanted to live like a hobbit from The Lord of the Rings, now a leisurely existence.
How did you know? Who told you? What the fuck?
Corner of Middle-earth can be yours. Customize your appearance. Decorate your home.
Oh, I'm so
settle
tall.
into life in the Shire.
Why couldn't I be
As
a hobbit?
newcomer to the little haven of Bywater, you'll befriend your neighbors, work together to solve problems, and even share a meal or three. Explore, garden, fish, forage, and cook. The best way to build a hobbit community is by hosting a dinner party with your homemade dishes. Plus, you can trade with your neighbors for unique decorations or special ingredients for even tastier meals. Friendly hobbits and familiar faces await your arrival when Tales of the Shire launches on the Nintendo Switch system this holiday.
Oh, God.
Investigate, interrogate, checkmate.
Ah.
2 Ace Attorney spin-off games, including a sequel that was previously unreleased outside of Japan, are coming to Nintendo Switch as one collection. As the prolific prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, take the case out of the courtroom and investigate crime scenes. Gather information by interviewing people and inspecting evidence. Then use the power of logic to solve challenging cases. Enjoy all new hand-drawn character visuals from the original series character designer, or swap to the original sprites for a more classic look. Take a break from your investigation to explore the gallery, where you'll find character art, music, including orchestral arrangements.
It'd be funny if they got to this,
more.
like the music screen for this one, and it was just playing the
collide as you uncover the
MVC2
truth.
music here too.
At any cost.
And it's like, you can all even listen to the music. Want to take full
launches on Nintendo Switch September 6th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Just Capcom just puts that song in everything now. That'd be that. There's no downside to that. If Capcom put that song into literally every game they released from here on out. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
After a devastating attack by unknown assailants, Takumi Samino's life gets turned upside down.
You might be wondering how I got
The
here.
school mascot suddenly appears. While Takumi manages to get out of harm's way, he's then forced to enroll at the Last Defense Academy, along with 15 other students. Their mission is to defend the school from
Kids
hostile
should just be
student
able to go to
enemies
school,
for
I think.
100
You know, they
days.
shouldn't, you know, like,
An academy
the idea that
shrouded
we
in
have to
secrecy.
build an academy like a fortress, I think,
And
says
the
more about the
unavoidable loss of
laws and,
allies.
you know.
Can Takumi survive this 100-day trial, colored by extreme and despair, and return to his normal life? The creators of Danganronpa present the 100-line Last Defense Academy, launching on Nintendo Switch early next
That's a neat
year.
premise.
Embark on a saga spanning generations. A full remake of Romancing Saga 2 is marching on to Nintendo Switch.
Why not?
Rule and expand the Empire of Varen across multiple generations, while challenging the legendary 7 heroes who have turned to darkness.
I have turned to darkness.
In combat, use returning Saga features like glimmers to learn skills, and formations to enhance abilities. Turn-based battles have also evolved into timeline battles.
Do
where the
fans
action
of
order is key.
console-style role-playing games feel like they are
Innovative
eating
features
good,
like
or do
United
they
Attack can also help with strategy.
feel like that it is just this
How will you
onslaught
expand
of
your empire?
remakes
And in which order will you
and
fight the 7
remasters and everything?
Every
Like,
decision you make will dramatically alter the course of the story.
I can't tell, you know?
Safeguard your empire's future.
It's
and
interesting that
protect
there
your
just seems to
legacy
be
from
a
peril.
non-stop
Otherwise, the vengeful seven
flow
heroes may
of
emerge
games in this
victorious.
style. The majority of them seem like they are remakes and remasters and that sort of stuff. But yeah, lots of playing it safe. Yeah, that's kind of
We hope you're excited to experience the full remake of
Kinda weird.
Romancing Saga 2. That's almost everything for today's Nintendo Direct. Next will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
Doshin the Giant is back. All right. It's a ship, what looks like her helmet. You see, it's a whole... It's like if Eddie Murphy climbed out of the big fucking weird Eddie Murphy head. They've been hiring. I'm like Facebook friends with someone who was at this studio, and they were saying, "Hey, you know, like with all the layoffs and everything, we got open roles over here." Which made me wonder, like, how far along is this if they're still hiring up? But yeah, little side dash, a little shooting. My posse of Metroids are with me. Beyond. Okay. Twins. I thought that was going to be it. I thought that they were going to end on that and just be like, cool, man. Oh, no, they pretty much are, aren't they? Jesus.
That was a first look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
I guess that's
After a very
true,
long
isn't it? I
time,
guess that is a first
we are
look.
finally able to share more information about this title. Release is planned for 2025, so please wait a little bit longer. We hope you're looking forward to Samus Aran's new adventure. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Okay. Well, if they're releasing that in 2025, then that seems like maybe an even stronger indicator that that thing would end up appearing on multiple generations of Nintendo hardware. I mean, if they're going to be backwards compatible, you know, that's probably technically true either way. But there are people in chat wondering, like, oh, they didn't say Switch, they didn't say, you know, I don't think there's a way for them to show this here and not put it out on this generation of hardware. I think they end up probably putting it out on both. Yeah, they put the logo in the corner and whatever else. Like, yeah, that looks like a Switch game to me. You know, whether they spruce it up and do a native version for whatever the new hardware is and sell it twice. See, in this Switch version, the gun's on the other side. It's a mirror. We've mirror imaged the entire universe to she's right-handed in this one, but left-handed. Sure. I don't know. Like I that looks like what they showed sure does look like a Metroid Prime game. And I feel like I gained a smidge of like interest or like respect or whatever for that franchise with the remastered thing they put out on Switch, and playing it on Switch with like their attempt to modernize the controls and whatever else. I had a better time with it there than I've ever had with it before. And so there's that. And so I look at it and go like, okay, yeah, this, you know. But there's something, you know, and you see a little bit of it here because they're doing the lock-on targeting and the kind of side hopping and stuff that, you know, that's what this game is, right? That's what this franchise has been. But it's like, it's the stuff where, like, that game's not a first-person shooter in the traditional sense. It is first-person and there's shooting. But, like, the combat stuff is not the way it is in other more traditional first-person shooters. And I think that's really interesting because I think it kind of, like, it makes it feel a little more true to the origins of the franchise, you know, because it puts the focus on the exploration and on the adventure. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. That seems like a game that the people who still care about Metroid Prime in this day and age presumably will eat that up, because honestly, what choice do they have? And it'll probably be fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's here. It like as a June event, right? As a, you know, if we think about Nintendo making announcements in June, this doesn't feel like a full-fledged summer presentation out of them. This doesn't really feel like the you know, the replacement of an E3 style presentation. But I think that Zelda game with Zelda in it looks really neat. I think that looks great. I think that looks like an amazing, that looks fun. That looks like a fun thing to mess around with. In some ways, it feels like a game that is tethered to Tears of the Kingdom in a weird way. Not that you're necessarily making the full-on contraptions or whatever, at least it doesn't seem that way, but the idea that you're spawning a bunch of stuff in the world and stacking it on top of each other or whatever, like I think that looks awesome. I think that just looks fantastic, and I want to see what people get away with using that tool set and what kind of strange ass things that people could do with that. Like, that seems incredibly exciting to me. Like, that's a very cool, and it's something new, you know, like, you know, granted it is part of the Zelda franchise and whatever else, so, you know, like, how new can it be really? But at the end of the day, like that was something that I look at and go like, that's not something you do in other games in this franchise, but also on top of that, it's not something you do in a ton of other games. In some ways, you know, when they started sucking up water blocks and whatever else, I think that, you know, you kind of look at it and go like, oh, am I going to like build a town here? Am I going to make a, you know, is there like a Minecraft aspect here of just like building a thing? And am I using water blocks? Can I make a river? Can I make a, you know, like how crazy can I get with that aspect of the game? They didn't really show one way or the other kind of what the potential of that might be. They just showed her stacking water blocks and then using that to swim up to a higher ledge, which is also cool. But I wonder if there will be some kind of aspect of just like building a thing out in that game, or if it really is just focused on you using those sorts of things to solve puzzles and to move forward. I would love to see those concepts kind of expanded into some full-on town building or full-on, you know, like some full-on Minecraft with that ass. I think would be really neat there. And yeah, I don't know. That's a really big standout. The rest of it didn't really do much for me. like, you know, it's good that they showed that, hey, Metroid is still in development, and finally showed that, and so I think that's cool. But that's kind of it. I don't know, like like, hey, we're putting the first 3 Dragon Quests out. That's cool. The Marvel collection. The Marvel collection is not a thing I will play on Switch. Presumably that's going to come to other platforms. And if you're going to play those games, you'd probably want to play them there because you might own a fucking fight stick for something that's not a Switch. And so that's kind of PC and PS4. Yeah, sure. They put it out on PS4 because it runs on PS5. And they're emulated versions of ancient arcade games. Like, you don't need to spit out a native PlayStation 5 executable for that to work, so why bother? It's still weird, I agree, but you know, sure. And yeah, I don't know, like that's good. It's always fun to see signs of life out of Capcom's Marvel division, or, you know, Capcom's Marvel history, or whatever, because I think there still are a lot of people that do want more. They do want another MVC or something down the line, and so anything that looks like it might keep hope alive in that department is going to be taken well. Mario Luigi Brothership looks all right. Had a nice look to it for sure. And yeah, I don't know. That seemed like a solid event. But in terms of like games, I would say I'm coming out of that thing full on excited about. Like, I really want to see this thing. It is just that Zelda game. That's kind of it. And I think that looks really nice. So, all right, that's gonna do it for the Nintendo Direct. Thanks everybody for watching. If you're watching live, we're going to roll into the podcast here in a little bit. And so stay tuned and stay here, and we'll go forward in a moment here. But yeah, I don't know, like that was an okay event. I don't know. Like I said, that felt like kind of a one game event for me. Mario and Luigi looks like it's probably cool too, but I kind of want to see some more of that. And also, like, I don't know, like, every time they announce a Mario and Luigi, my stated, like, I look at it and go, yeah, cool, great, they're making more of these, and then they come out and I don't play it. Or I mess with it for a while and go, all right. And so, like, I love that franchise in theory, and the first one was a hell of a game, and, you know, like, but then they kept making them, and I'm like, oh, great, yeah, no, that's great that you're continuing to make them. I love that, but whatever. And I never actually follow through. So, you know, it's kind of a weird one where I think it's great that they're making it. It looks fun. Will I actually play it? History would tell you no, but we'll see. But yeah, the Echoes of Wisdom, I think, looks tremendous. I think that's one of the coolest. Like, you know, if we're slapping together lists of games kind of shown in this summary window here, that is one of the coolest things I saw overall. So I don't know. I'm very excited to see more of that. I think it looks fantastic. Some people in chat were saying that the reaction to that game was kind of negative, which I find insane. Like, if you look at that and you're like, no way, like, I don't know what the fuck you want out of that's weird. That's super weird to me. For like, and also, I guess, in the context of this being like the last holiday season for the Switch, I look at this stuff and go like, yeah, this looks like this is a solid lineup to coast into the announcement of the next platform. You know, if they got to bring this thing in for a landing, and not to, you know, they'll announce more games, they'll do more for probably another year or two or something. But if you're looking at games that will kind of like be near the end of the Switch lifespan, that's about right. You know, you get your kind of like, hey, it's not the A tier Mario sequel. It's not the A list like big Zelda game. It's, you know, it's a Zelda game in a smaller style. It's a Mario and Luigi game. It, you know, it's kind of things that are a little bit. It's Metroid, which is, you know, some people certainly do put that franchise on a pedestal. I used to, but I grew up and realized that Nintendo never thinks of it that way, and so thinking about it that way is just a way to get hurt over and over again. And so the safest way to like Metroid games is to give up on Metroid. Because Metroid Dread's awesome. That was a great game. It was fantastic. One of the best. But yeah, I don't know. That whole thing looks about right to me in terms of like, here's our announcement for the final holiday season of the Switch. So we'll talk about this more on the podcast. We'll talk about maybe what it means for the next Switch and what sorts of games we might see at launch around there. But you know, again, if you're watching live, stay tuned. If not, there's a video somewhere. Click a link. You know, I don't know, somewhere. See ya.